Why are UAP and UFO sightings happening more and more lately? The number of videos hitting the internet and social media seems nonstop, and honestly, it's getting hard to keep up. New clips are being shared every day from all around the world. Some are more dramatic than others, but they all raise an important point. This increase in sightings might be preparing humanity for first contact with extraterrestrials, which could be closer than we think. So stick around, because later in the episode, I'll share a short message from our benevolent ET family. They explain exactly why sightings of their ships are increasing. You don't want to miss it. But first, like I mentioned before, the number of videos I've been saving is starting to pile up. So in this episode, I want to show you the latest clips I've come across and share my thoughts on what we're seeing. But before we dive in, I want to remind you to always use your discernment. Take in what resonates with you and leave the rest. With AI becoming more advanced, it's easier than ever to fake videos with realistic detail. It can be hard to tell what's real and what's not, so please keep that in mind as we go. Now, let's jump into our first few clips, which include flying spheres. The first video was filmed in South Downs National Park in southern England. It was shot with two cameras at the same time. The person who posted it, who goes by username Creepasta on Reddit, edited the footage to show both camera angles side by side. One was filmed with an iPhone 14 Pro Max, which already has a great camera, but you can really see the difference in quality compared to the Nikon P1000. That one has 125 times zoom lens and records in 4K resolution. Let's take a look. It's overcast, but visibility seems to be pretty good. Wow, look how far that lens can zoom in. That's pretty impressive. But that looks to be a sphere. I wouldn't call that a plasmoid or an orb. This thing has a solid surface, which is silver in color, as opposed to a luminescent orb, which has, an energy field or plasma, whatever you want to call it. But the videographer had said that there was a 10-mile-per-hour wind that day. So during the time that he was filming, it should have traveled a couple miles if it was a balloon. But this thing stayed in position. Here we have a shot of his iPhone 14 Pro Max on the left, and on the right is the Nikon P1000, which shoots in 4K resolution. So although the iPhone has a powerful camera, you can clearly see the difference. So this is now zoomed in all the way. It's a bit fuzzy and blurry, but given the distance, you can see its shape pretty clearly. Okay, here we have another sphere looking very similar to the one we just saw in the UK. Fortunately, we have a nice cloudy background to give some contrast. But I think I noticed something in this video when I first watched it. Keep your eye on it right about now. There's something, yeah, right there. No, is that it? There's some kind of field. Hey, look, it left like a cloud. Oh, yeah, right there. Something is coming out of it. Some kind of distortion. Or is that editing software? Artifacts. Well, that's it. It's just casually flying along. Is that a Star Wars quote? Now it's gone. Okay, here we have a couple of cubes flying through the sky in tandem. It's not really clear, but they could possibly have some kind of tether between them because they're flying equidistant to each other, slightly moving apart and back together, which suggests, there is a fixed length tether between them. And they also seem to be metallic, like a Mylar balloon, and which I'm sure a lot of people are going to say this is a balloon. You can tell by the way it's reflecting the sunlight that it is a metallic shape. And the top of the cubes look kind of curved, but what are they? Are they balloons or are they a pair of Galactic dice. We'll let you decide. Okay, so let's take a break from the geometric shapes, spheres and cubes, and let's look at something more traditional, more like a flying saucer. In this next clip, it's hard to explain. This thing seems to shapeshift. Or could it be an optical illusion? Let's take a look. All right, at this point, it looks like a traditional, if I can use that word, saucer shape. But look, it's kind of flipping over, and now it looks round. Or is it just showing us its underbelly? So it appears like a ball from our point of view. But now it's saucer shape. Now it's clearly a saucer shape. Now it's a ball. That's bizarre. Okay, so oval shape, still oval, kind of saucer shape, a little clearer, showing some reflection. Still saucer. Now it looks flatter, like the dome. Now it's changing shape. That's definitely a different shape. Now it's almost the ball. It's like it's breathing, inhaling and exhaling. Okay, for our next clip, now we have something in the shape of, can't explain. It's formless. It's a plasmoid, perhaps energetic orb that is morphing in and out of shape. It seems to have a circular core with an outer type of translucent veil. Difficult to find the right words to describe this thing, but let's take a look. Okay, so here it is. It's fascinating. See, it like collapses in on itself. Is it like the reflection of like a flashlight being turned on and off through like a dirty window? I don't think so. Well, it's definitely not LED, because LEDs are like instantaneously on or off. Incandescent bulbs, that could be it. But look at that form. It's like shimmering, and then it just kind of collapses from the outside in. Interesting. What do you think? Flashlight through a dirty window or a plasmoid? Okay, so the geometry lesson continues, but this time we have a different shape, and it is, you guessed it, a triangle. So let's take a look. Okay, to set this up quickly, there's no sound, and obviously this is taken from the side of a vehicle, so probably side view mirror cameras, like with Teslas or other electric vehicles. So we want to pay attention over to this area, because you'll see 3 lights enter the frame and they kind of stay there. But then they disappear quickly, but it comes back. Let's take a look. All right, here are the lights. So they just kind of turn on, they just appear. And they're just, it's almost like it's traveling at the same speed of the vehicle. Okay, now it's disappeared. But I think it will come back into view soon. It comes flying down this way. Keep your eyes open. It's coming. Here it comes. There it is. Okay, it's flying off into the distance. Now, some may say that's an airplane landing, but it was just over here, tracking, going the same speed as this vehicle. Oh well. This next clip was taken on a cruise ship in the Gulf of Mexico, and at first glance, it looks like a comet, but it's not, and you'll understand why when you take a look. Okay, so there's the tail. and it stops. And then it turns around and goes down.
Oh my god! Oh my god, it just went straight to the water.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That's really interesting.
Where'd it go?
I still see glowing in the water.
She sees it glowing in the water, but we can't see it here. So what do you think about that one? It's definitely not a comet because it was moving in an upward trajectory, stopped, then turned around and nosedived right into the water, or what it appears to be into the water. We don't know for sure because we don't actually see it go into the water, and it's pitch black at night, so it's really difficult to see any kind of detail. But we could see the form of the object or whatever this thing is. So you make up your own mind. Let me know in the comments what you think it is. This next clip was taken a few weeks ago in California, and the object flying through the sky is definitely not a UAP. But the reason why I'm posting it is to compare it to the previous article, because this is definitely an asteroid with a long fiery tail. So let's take a look. This is quite spectacular to see. It's in clear view. The meteor is just entering the atmosphere. These people seem to be pretty high up. And then it just vanishes. It just dematerializes, vaporizes, and it's gone. Let's take another look. Keep your eye on the head of the meteor. So the meteor at the head vaporizes first, and then the tail just fizzles out. So that's a meteor. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. This next video was filmed in Hanoi, Vietnam 3 years ago, so it seems that it's a bit old. However, it has only surfaced in Western media recently, so a bit fresh. Let's take a look. So this is a fixed outdoor camera during an electrical storm, and we're going to be looking in this area right here. So as the lightning strikes, it lights up the silhouette of a pretty large UAP. Let's take a look. Keep your eyes right around here. Yeah, did you see it? It happens again. There's another lightning strike coming up really soon. Keep your eyes. Oh, there it is. Let's see if we can go back and pause that. Ha! Finally got it. That's a pretty big craft. You can see at the bottom here, there's some kind of like circular light. It's saucer shaped, but seems to have other lights around the periphery. These little round lights. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then there's this little satellite object here. Not a satellite, but a little hang-on craft. What's that doing there? What is that? Is that also a UAP, or is that just some anomaly? This next video was shot by actor-comedian Howie Mandel while flying 45,000 feet above Texas. The video shows Howie taking video out the cockpit window, and in view are 3 orbs at some point. The pilots are kind of helping Howie to locate them and see them, but they show up pretty clearly in the video. So let's take a look.
Okay, so I'm in the cockpit of a plane. This is getting brighter outside the plane.
And then it turns.
When is it turning?
And it stops, and then
Wait,
it stops position, and then it goes away.
what is that?
And then there's 2 more
Where?
right below it.
Where? Point to where the
He doesn't see them.
Oh, and now there's two more. So what is this?
Good question.
I don't know, man.
Look at it. Bright,
Could
throbbing, and then
Throbbing.
wait, and then it went away.
Well, there you have it. 10 UAP clips that I have reacted to today. But as promised earlier, we still have a channeling from our galactic brothers and sisters. And in this channeling, they explain why sightings are becoming more and more frequent. So let's have a listen.
Already, you are seeing the outer signs of what we call disclosure. Unidentified aerial phenomena have exploded into the mainstream dialogue in the last few years. Your governments, militaries, and scientific communities, who for decades denied or laughed off our presence, are now openly admitting that something is out there. This is no accident. It is part of a carefully managed awakening process. Understand that these sightings are intentional, peaceful displays designed to awaken you. We show ourselves more and more because humanity is finally ready to see us. In the past, overt appearances would have induced fear or aggression. Now, thanks to your rising consciousness, many greet these sightings with excitement and curiosity rather than panic. We are making our presence known gradually, ensuring that by the time we engage in full contact, a significant portion of the population will have already accepted our reality in their hearts. Even the most skeptical observers are being confronted with evidence they can no longer ignore. This is paving the way for official first contact.
As always, amazing stuff from the Galactic Confederation of Light. If you like this episode, please like, subscribe, and share. It would help me immensely, especially as I'm just getting started and I have less than 10 videos on the Galactic Spirit channel. So yes, please, if you could share, that would be wonderful. So thanks for being with me. Take care and goodbye.